Crocodiles are near-perfect predators. Immensely powerful. Killers in waiting.
Oh, not you, big guy.
To most, they are a terrifying animal.
Hello.
But for one Englishman, they are his passion.
Who's going to carry this one?
Oh, yeah.
With over 20 crocodiles in his back garden.
That was close.
And even more on the way.
How cool is that?
Shaun Foggett is the Croc Man. And he has big dreams.
It's my passion, it's what I want to do for a living, and it's what I want everyone else to love them as much as I do, really.
He wants to open the UK's first crocodile zoo.
I'm just going to go for it, throw everything into it. You only live once, don't you?
But to do it, he's taking on some of the largest and most dangerous crocs. And he'll have to prove himself alongside the best croc experts in the world.
I love it. I love it. You're gonna die someday, right?
Well, yeah.
In a quiet corner of England, this house in Witney, Oxfordshire looks like any other on the street. But round the back, things are very different. Shaun Foggett has 21 crocodiles, alligators, and caimans, packed into 2 sheds in his garden.
These two are Cuban crocodiles, and you see they're really, really aggressive. This is the best part of the week, really, going around feeding everything. Just a job you never get bored of. Never get bored of it.
He has a collection any zoo would be proud of. 11 different species, many of them endangered in the wild.
Black Caiman, very rare in most zoos in Europe, around the world even. To have this male and female potentially opens up a great opportunity for the future.
But they can grow to more than 12 foot long and have explosive characters. Shaun's wife, Lisa, has learned to live with a garden full of predators.
Yeah, it is unusual. If you say to anyone and they think, yeah, it's really unusual, what, crocodiles? But it's just everyday life to us.
Shaun has 3 small children. Billy, Shania, and Louie.
Okay, who's going to carry this one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, do you remember how I showed you?
Yeah.
So just round the neck, like that. That's it. You got him?
Yep.
Good lad. Yeah, you keep hold of him, Billy.
Boys love it. They think everyone's got crocodiles at the bottom of their garden.
If they got big teeth, they can bite really hard. They can nearly bite your whole head off.
Shaun started collecting reptiles when he was a teenager. But 9 years ago, he got his first dangerous animals license, bought his first crocodile, and was hooked.
Just something about them that draws me to them. When you're handling them, your blood and your adrenaline is definitely going, because it is dangerous what you're doing. That predatory instinct they have. Even with the babies in captivity, they're straight out the egg and straight into being a predator and hunting. It's wicked.
Ultimately, he wants all 23 species of crocodilians. But as his collection grows, he increasingly has to call on his family for help. Today, he needs to catch the particularly aggressive Cuban crocs to clean out their enclosure. Cubans grow to more than 9 feet long, but already it could rip his hand off.
It's important we try and get it over the top jaw, because the top jaw is actually linked to the skull, whereas the bottom jaw is on the hinge. So rather than, you probably pull the jaw off if you got the bottom jaw. There you go. Okay, I've got him now. I want to pull him quite quickly so that he doesn't. There. He's all right. He's all right. He's all right. They're a bit bigger and a bit more powerful than when I got them out at Christmas. Almost a two-man job. Okay, I got him.
But with no space in the shed to store the croc, Shaun has to take it into the house.
Lise, I need your help. Can you take that off? I don't think I can do it.
Lisa runs and owns her own hairdressing salon in town.
Well done. That's the first time you've done that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No, I wasn't.
Well done. Cheers.
I get a little bit nervous, but it's part of Shaun. It's what Shaun does. So if you want to be with Shaun, you got to live with crocodiles.
So just tape his jaws. It's just safer for me rather than opening that end of the tube again and his head's right there and he comes flying out and all hell breaks loose.
To hold the croc in the conservatory, it's stored in a drainage pipe, normally used for transporting crocs.
That's it, safe and sound.
Crocs can digest almost everything they eat, so they rarely dirty their enclosures. But with the cleaning complete, it's a two-person job to get the Cuban back in.
What could do with you doing, Lise, is taking the tape off. Yeah? I've completely got him. Is it? Okay. Back in a clean enclosure.
Though his sheds are already packed with 21 crocodilians, it's likely there's more on the way. Crocs are notoriously difficult to breed in captivity, but Shaun's had great success. In the garage.
There's no beer in this beer fridge. There's 19 crocodile eggs, which are from the West Africans. This is their clutch from this year. There's 12 that are definitely fertile. I'll leave the others in there as well, just in case, you never know.
12 hatchlings would take his tally to 33 crocs. But Shaun's not just collecting for the hell of it. He has a much bigger plan.
They're very underrepresented in this country, crocodiles. So I want to provide somewhere really where everyone can come and see all the crocodiles of the world. And come here, learn about them, feed them, hold them, and basically show everyone how great they really are.
Earlier this year, Shaun left his job as a joiner in the family building firm to devote all his time to trying to open the UK's first crocodile zoo.
These are the plans for the industrial unit. Just got to do in the last few measurements. I think it's easily achievable. Touch wood, everything will be fine.
Having dreamed about it for years and collected more and more crocs to fill it, this is where he hopes his dreams will happen.
Here we are, Unit 31. It's open.
He wants to move his crocs to this industrial unit, and he's already worked out exactly where they'll go.
Well, this area is where I got planned for the Siamese crocodiles. I think I've got the Chinese alligators in here.
He'd even have enough space for another new species.
This could be the saltwater crocodile.
This week, he's submitting planning permission, but it's a big ask. Shaun will have to sell his house to build the croc enclosures, and the authorities will have to say yes to crocodiles moving in.
The biggest stumbling block would be planners. So the planning consent, obviously, is the biggest thing, because if the planners say no, then nothing can be done, really. Our hands are tied.
For Shaun, it will be an agonizing 3-month wait, but he has good reason to be determined.
Whoa. Was it my birthday, then?
Yeah.
For Shaun and his family, birthdays are particularly special. 5 years ago, he developed a blood disease called aplastic anemia and almost died.
Thank you very much. It's basically like leukemia, so it's your own blood cells turning on your bone marrow and destroying it. Very, very close to death. They said at the hospital that really I should have gone in a body bag, not just walking in. Oh, and is this one from you?
No.
His recovery took 12 months, And in that time, his crocodile dreams started taking shape.
Ah, thank you. During that recovery period, yeah, it does make you think, where do I want to go in my life? What do I want to do? Because being so close to not being here, it definitely makes you think about them things and almost frightens you into being a bit more sensible. And jumping on crocodiles is, isn't it? Thanks, guys. It's just a dream for me to be able to work with crocodiles full time. So I'm going to go for it.
In the wild, crocs can go weeks without eating. Shaun feeds his just once a week. Measuring up to 7 feet long, the Siamese crocs are his biggest animals, and all capable of killing him. This female is by far the most aggressive.
She definitely has that sort of look in her eye, and she would obviously do the most damage should she get hold of you. So we keep her away with this broom, and we can walk across and feed the male.
As ambush predators, crocs explode at their victims from the water's edge. Exactly where Shaun is now.
You've just got to be really careful and really don't take your eyes off them for a second, because they don't give you a warning, they just explode. It'd be nice to get into a big enclosure and be able to work with them a bit more and, you know, do more of the feeding in with them, and certainly would make it easy.
But as crocs keep growing all their lives, and as the Siamese are tricky to handle now, it's essential he learns how to deal with bigger animals. Up to now, he's found no one in the UK to teach him.
It's been difficult in this country to find anyone that has been helpful at all, and I've had to branch out and go into Europe and now around the rest of the world to get to these experts.
Florida is home to more than 1 million crocs and gators, and some of the best experts in the world. So, to learn about big animals and meet some of his idols, Shaun is heading across the Atlantic.
So England's there, and I'm flying all the way over to here.
Oh. Can you bring it here, and then can I sit on it?
I can't bring one back with me, no.
They know that he's going caching crocodiles, but that's what Daddy does. That's his job, so they don't think anything of it.
In America, Shaun's first stop is the only place in the world to have all 23 species of crocodilian. St. Augustine's Alligator Farm in Florida is a world-famous center of croc expertise.
It's going to be a great place to sort of see them all together and see how it works from a zoo point of view, because that's my goal at the end of the day, is to try and get all 23 species. So it'd be great to see a working model, really, and see how it all works, and hopefully catch some.
Croc men Jim Darlington and Kevin Torregrossa will be his teachers. He's got 2 days to learn all he can about handling big crocs.
How you doing? Shaun?
How are you? Jim.
How you doing, Jim? Kevin, how you doing? What are we going to do then?
We're going to catch a medium-sized animal, I think. That'd be good. Start a little smaller.
Yeah? What sort of size, do you think?
Probably something close to 7-8 feet.
Although Shaun's Siamese crocs at home are a similar length, they're nothing like these alligators.
American alligators are a lot stockier, so these animals, even 7-foot American alligator is going to be a lot heavier and bigger and chunkier and more powerful than what a 6-7 foot Siamese crocodile would. So it's quite a big difference, really.
Ready?
Jesus Christ. That's why you don't want to get caught in that.
St. Augustine's keepers catch animals regularly for health checks, but there are over 30 loose in this enclosure.
That nearly caught him.
The one they're after is actually a 10-footer hidden underwater, and Shaun's got to catch it.
Can you get under that bridge?
Oh, not you, big guy.
Gators rarely attack on land. The biggest danger for Shaun and the keepers is being dragged into the water.
Hang on.
If this happens, they won't stand a chance.
Take the rope out.
The gator goes into a death roll, a maneuver it normally uses to rip its prey apart.
1, 2, 3. Watch your feet.
Shaun's job is to tape the gator's jaws, but it's poised to fight back.
Do it gently because it's ready to go. There you go. Now you can go a little faster if you can. That's good.
Yeah.
Break it off and leave a tab if you can. Good job.
It's the biggest animal I've ever caught. He was big as well. So strong.
But if he's talking size, he ain't seen nothing yet. This enclosure houses one of St. Augustine's most famous residents. The one crocodile in the park that Jim and Kevin would never try to catch. Maximo is a 15-foot saltwater crocodile from Australia. Weighing over 1,250 pounds, he's one of the largest crocs in captivity anywhere in the world. And Shaun will be feeding him.
The more animals you work with, the more you're going to be able to read the behavior, so I just think he's just going to have to keep plugging away at it.
Get the little Englishman. You don't stand a chance with an animal like this. Very, very, very dangerous. Just going to feed Maximo, the beast.
Come on, Maximo. There we go. All right, go and lift it up. Good job, right there. Good job.
That's a rat's foot. That's all that's left of that big rat we just fed him.
Back in the UK, Lisa is in charge of the crocs.
We're just going to turn the crocodiles on, turn all the lights on and check that everything's okay. They're all fine.
And most importantly, she's keeping an eye on the eggs in case they hatch while Shaun's away.
I think we'll be capable of it if it does happen, but hopefully it won't happen and then Shaun will be back to take care of it. Every morning and evening we're just opening them up and just letting a bit of the air in and just checking if we can hear any noises, which there isn't yet. All fine.
Shaun impressed Kevin and Jim so much yesterday that today they're happy to let him work with a far more aggressive and potentially lethal species, the Nile Crocodile.
This is catching real crocodiles, this is. Very, very dangerous.
Niles are responsible for more human deaths than any other crocodile.
Remember, your butt is bigger than you think it is, and don't take that the wrong way. But when you're walking along the edge of a pool and the wall's behind you, it's very easy to bounce yourself off the wall and end up in the drink, and you probably won't be alone.
I don't want to catch him, really. Shit in myself.
Go on, come on. Am I there?
Yeah, you're there.
Watch it.
Everyone's back up.
Okay.
Let him go in that corner. If he keeps going, that'll be great.
Okay, am I going behind your rope?
I know it's in a weird spot. We got rope. A little farther back.
That's it.
Shaun's jumping.
With the croc out of the water, Shaun now has to jump on its back. A croc this size needs 2 men to hold it down, and somebody has to go first.
Shaun, when you land on this animal, if he starts rolling, you can bail, go straight backwards. Other than that, stay on top of that animal.
You're the guy.
I'm the man. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Very good. Textbook, man.
Shaun has succeeded in everything Kevin and Jim have asked.
kind of threw Shaun into the fire, so to speak, today, and I think he did really well, actually.
If we'd have had a week, he'd have walked out here with a diploma in crocodilian care. And I'm not the least bit worried about him. He's got his heart in the right place.
Cheers, Jim.
Alrighty.
Thank you very much.
Great meeting you. Have a safe trip.
Thank you. That was just an unbelievable experience, the whole thing. That's just so nice and helpful, and they're really good.
Despite having a house packed with crocodilians, Shaun's never seen one in the wild. But the Florida Everglades has plenty of wild alligators, and guide Jonathan Shoemaker is just the man to find one. Sure enough, it doesn't take long.
That's the first wild one, yeah. He was a big one as well.
Shaun's here at the peak of hatching season, when mother gators are sitting on nests and hatching eggs.
And a nest up here on the right.
Female alligators lay up to 60 eggs a year, but a large proportion are eaten by predators like raccoons, so mother gators are highly aggressive around their nests.
How big do you think she is?
She's like maybe 7 feet.
Is she? She looks a lot bigger than 7 foot, doesn't it? Sizes are so deceiving, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, she's awesome, isn't she?
But they need to have their wits about them.
Gotta know your surroundings here. You know where you're gonna go when she jumps, you know?
I've already thought of that. You do though, don't you? You have to. First day out in the Everglades, look, found a nest and a very protective mother. She's just protecting her nest, and it's the breeding season.
That's what any good mother would do.
Exactly, yeah. That's fantastic, isn't it? I don't want to leave her.
A big part of Shaun's drive for wanting the UK Zoo is to breed more crocs and alligators and ensure they thrive like this in the wild. Increasingly, many species around the world are struggling.
It's human beings that have pushed them to the brink of extinction. A lot of the species, 2 of the species, there's only like 250 left in the wild. So I think we've got a duty as us that pushed them there to, you know, us to get involved and bring them back from that possible extinction.
So his next visit is to a legendary croc conservationist, Joe Wasilewski, who Shaun's idolized for years.
Working with crocodilians, you have to have a little courage, but more than that, you have to have it up here. You have to know the animals. You have to know the animals you're working with. You have to know their ways.
He's a very big name in the crocodile world. Really privileged. I'm sure there's probably a lot of the other top crocodile people that have never been here. And there's me, a little old person from Whitney, and I'm going to be going out there where not many people have ever been. Hey Joe, how you doing?
Good morning, good morning.
How
Are
you
you
doing?
ready to see some crocs?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Good
okay.
stuff.
Joe's best known for working with American crocodiles here at Turkey Point Nuclear Power Station. These crocs were endangered in Florida until the miles of cooling canals were built and inadvertently became the perfect breeding ground. It's hatching season, and to make sure the crocs keep thriving, Joe catches and microchips as many babies as he can.
There's going to be some bush here. We could break through it, but it won't. It's not bad.
That's cool.
Okay. Just kind of follow me through the bush here.
American croc hatchlings are very vulnerable to predators, so they often tuck themselves away.
They're hiding really good.
So well camouflaged,
Yes,
aren't they?
you just look really good. Look in the rocks.
The biggest danger for Shaun and Joe is finding a mother on a nest.
Are you worried about the mother in there?
No, not at all. Which I thought I would have been. I thought I'd have been quite, because obviously of how good parents they are and how aggressive the mothers can be. So, but no, I haven't really given that much thought. I just wanted to grab a baby.
And these days, there are more nests about.
Uh-huh. There you have it.
No. There's some freshly hatched eggs, or the egg shells that are left over.
Come on, let's go check it out. What I do is I always get a count of the hatched eggs.
Yeah.
And then there's some that are, like, that's not fertile. Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
That's gross. It's the...
Wait a minute, wait. I just heard one. Here. Over here somewhere, I heard it. Oh, right there.
Oh.
There you have it. Grab him, man.
Hello, little guy. My first wild American crocodile, that.
There you have it, huh?
He is
Feels pretty good, doesn't it?
So when would he have hatched, do you think?
Oh, last night, this morning.
Look at him. That's unbelievable. This is, yeah, this is a moment in my life, definitely. It's been everything that I expected and a million times more, I think, so far. I keep saying it can't get any better, but it just does.
Like Shaun, Joe has a house full of dangerous reptiles. Along with crocs, his other passion is venomous snakes, and his favorite is a deadly monocled cobra.
Look at that.
Actually, do me a favor, move to your right. There. Okay, there we go. All right. You work with these? Oh, these are wonderful. I love these. And I'll just put them in here, and he knows. And it has bitten me once. So, yeah.
What happened?
I never went to the hospital. I think it was a dry bite. I was outside of the hospital waiting. Started swelling up, and my eyes started puffing shut and everything. But I sat at a restaurant, drank iced tea, and I lived. So,
is that your only bite from a venomous snake?
No. I've been bitten by forest cobras and rattlesnakes and cottonmouths, and I've made a lot of mistakes over the years.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So
obviously never anything serious.
I just 2 years ago had 18 vials of antivenom from a rattlesnake bite.
18?
Yeah, intensive care one day and discharge the next. Yeah, man.
And you still do it?
I love it. I love it. You're going to die someday, right?
Well, yeah.
In Joe's case, it's even more likely at night. As part of his croc conservation work, he microchips hatchlings and then regularly goes out to catch larger crocs and monitor their progress. But Shaun's never caught a croc in the wild, so tonight is a chance to impress one of his heroes.
I can see him now. See him? Yeah, I see him.
It's a young croc, about 3 feet long.
Go get it.
Hey, got away. It was a valiant effort. He jumped right over the berm. Did you see that? Right into the canal. All right, let's keep going.
Before Joe lets Shaun catch a croc, he wants to show him how it's done.
You see him?
Yeah.
Shine him, just shine him. Don't move, don't nobody move. I think we got him. Okay. Here.
You all right then?
Grab him. You got him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go in.
Okay. Good job.
Here we go. Hello.
There we go.
Look at him. He's probably a metre.
You think?
Yeah. American crocodile, look.
A nice healthy one too.
Yeah,
huh?
he is.
And
Look at
see,
his tail.
I want you to look at. You got him. Just don't let go now.
No.
Let's
I'll
get
go.
him taped up and secure so we could work on him.
Joe's chipped over 500 crocs as hatchlings.
Yeah, there it is.
040-623.
He puts the tiny microchip under the skin so that when he catches them again, he can check their development and movement.
Joe's just going through marking when we've caught it, where we've caught it, and we're going to weigh it, and we're going to measure him as well.
100.8.
I was 0.8 out. I'm good.
Yeah, we're good. We'll do it again. 2.9.
2.9.
But he needs to make sure there's only one chip and one croc here.
I'm actually sort of pulping the stomach because we've been finding microchips in the stomachs of these this size animals. They're eating their...
So this size would eat the little
Yes, yes, exactly. In fact, that's kind of why I thought this was so fat, because it's the hatching season and it's near the nesting area.
Yeah.
Ease them in the water. There you go.
Yeah, little boy. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
Shaun's supposed to catch the next croc they find.
Slow down! See, I don't know. I'm assuming you have tons of experience. Am I correct in that?
Yeah.
In grabbing them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it a baby?
You want to grab them?
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'll shine you. Yeah, baby! High five! High five!
Come on!
Good grab, man.
I just caught a wild crocodile. Look at him. What an amazing feeling. That is unreal. There ain't a lot that's going to top that.
But the best part of the evening is still to come. Joe's got recently chipped hatchlings to put back into the wild.
You take the babies?
There's quite a lot.
Yeah.
These are my first ever crocodiles I'm going to release into the wild. So, great bit of conservation work. I want to name them after my 3 children.
There you go.
Okay, this one's Billy then.
We hope Billy makes it.
Good luck, mate. Off you go. Hey, give us a little squeak. Next one, we got Louie. And this is going to be Shania. So, you 3 little guys, good luck, Shania. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? Releasing crocodiles into the wild. I'm a very, very lucky man, Joe. Not many people have done that in the world, have they?
Joe is impressed with what he's seen.
Shaun's got what it takes. I knew it the minute I saw the sparkle. When you talk about crocodiles, there's a sparkle in the eye for only a few of us. And when I say us, I mean people who love crocodiles the way I do. And Shaun's got it.
For Shaun, meeting Joe has made one thing very, very certain.
I'm destined to work with crocodiles, that's it, that's all, that is it. And nothing's going to stop me. So, nothing at all. No way.
Back in the UK, the first thing he does is to check on his crocs.
They all look so small. Having just got back from Florida, everything looks tiny. Even my big ones look small now.
Overall, the trip has had a profound effect on Shaun and his dreams.
Florida's left me even more hungry to have the zoo. So, yeah, and it's, you know, meeting some of those guys, you know, they are an inspiration, and they've got so much knowledge and experience, and, you know, that's where I want to be in years and years to come. So, yeah, I just want to get on with it.
And his dreams seem to be moving in the right direction. He's waiting for the local council to decide whether to give him planning permission to move his crocs in here.
Change of use of unit to a facility for the care of reptiles. Mr. Shaun Foggett. Well, that shows it's all underway, the planning.
Moving them here could give him the chance to open to visitors.
It's just a dream for me to be able to work with crocodiles full time. And as you're a kid growing up and you want to be a footballer, any professional footballer will tell you, they're doing their dream job. It's exactly the same for me. I get to do something I love doing. Not many people can say they do that for a living.
But with a house overrun with growing crocodiles, it's not coming fast enough.
I'm really desperate for it, and my animals are running out of space quick, and these things always take time to get through planning and blah blah, and whatever, and to build, and I need it real bad. This is one of the most important decisions I'm waiting on, I reckon, of my life.
With the zoo decision on a knife edge, Shaun's had an offer he can't resist. Over in Denmark, maverick croc expert René Hedegaard has offered him the chance of yet another croc species and some hands-on experience at his zoo.
I definitely feel like a bit of a student of him almost, and he's got an incredible amount of knowledge and experience to pass on.
René is a renowned croc man with a unique way of working. Unlike the expert Shaun met in Florida, René doesn't believe in taping up jaws or using ropes to restrain crocs.
I see them as impossible to replace. And always when you see a crocodile in a rope, you see a crocodile smashing around with his head and his body, and it's going completely out of his mind. I don't like this situation.
No ropes, new one for me.
I will put this over the head, over the eyes, in that way to minimize the stress. But it can be goddamn difficult.
With its eyes covered, they can just pick it up.
So we have found here. That was really perfect. Yeah.
You can just see it's so less stressful.
Yeah.
On them, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I think it's so important to catch like this. Of course, it's not safe for us, but it's very safe for the croc.
But they're more important.
Yes.
Tomorrow, René will up the ante. He wants help to move this 8-foot black caiman. The René way.
Normally, of course, it was something that I will do to move such one, but now I will put it in Shaun's hands. Of course, I will tell him how I want it to be done, but it's Shaun to catch it.
Black caiman are a particularly explosive species of croc. Moving one is a daunting challenge.
It's a big animal to capture, and especially with no ropes or anything. 8-foot animal, and there's a lot of power in that animal, and especially the species that they are. They're so explosive. It doesn't bear thinking about what it would do if it got hold of you. There wouldn't be a lot left of you. Definitely not. Big test. Yeah, I've just got that feeling of nerves, anxiety, excitement, everything all rolled into one. There's a lot that could go wrong.
For René, the welfare of the croc always comes first.
Are you more worried about the animal or Shaun?
The animal. The animal. I'm sure Shaun will be fine because he will only do what I tell him to do. So I'm sure he will be fine. That's not a problem. I'm most worried about the animal.
He looks bigger today.
Yeah.
Using René's method, Shaun has to enter the enclosure with nothing to defend himself. The caiman could easily kill him.
Let's get started. Okay. Now you can hear. the first shot.
That's the explosive power of black Caiman.
The towel should calm the Caiman down.
Yes.
Is it oversized?
It's oversized. The best way to calm them down is to take the light away from them.
Once Rene maneuvers it into the open, Shaun will have to jump on its back.
Okay, Shaun, you have to be very ready now. We are very, very, very near.
Or maybe not.
Well.
It takes 45 minutes to get the towel over the Caiman's eyes.
So, now it's your turn. You put your feet behind him there. Don't step on his toes, then you will get in shit.
Can I move this foot?
Yeah, you can move everything. When you touch him, you're in problems. Then you kneel down, and then you can control him with your knees.
Doesn't feel comfortable.
But you have to do something now.
Ready?
Take it. Good. Yeah, but you're not over.
No.
There's nothing to say woohoo over.
No.
As they attempt to lift the Caiman, the only thing protecting Shaun is a set of wet towels.
Now we're ready for really excitement because now we lift him. 1, 2, 3.
That's a heavy animal.
Lower him, lower and lower, and don't let go of him. Please.
Okay.
Before I say so, the water have to carry him. Now you let go. Yes. And I let go. Yes. That was really
Thank you,
well done.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Rene's methods have impressed Shaun.
It felt like, you know, my life really was in his hands. On several occasions, I was almost on the verge of saying, enough, I'm getting out of here. But I'm glad I didn't, because it showed me that you know, you persevere with them, and it was easy to capture with no ropes.
Rene has given Shaun 3 rare New Guinea crocs, and his next challenge is to get them home safely. They're too young to survive in the car on the overnight ferry.
The only reason I've brought them up here and not left them in the car is because they are babies. They can dry out really quick, and also they'll lose heat very quick as well. So it's a lot easier with them up here with me, where I can keep more of an eye on them.
Shaun believes they'll be the only New Guinea crocs in Britain. Taking crocodiles through customs may be unusual for most, but for Shaun, it's just another opportunity to teach people about crocs.
I always ask them if they want to see them, because you know, I'm interested in, you know, that's my thing. I want to show them off a little bit, you know what I mean? Especially the babies, and you know, they're really cute. Everyone loves baby crocodiles, everyone.
Oh wow.
That's the 2 in there, the 2 females these are. And they've come from a Danish crocodile zoo. Coming back to my collection, I'm trying to open up the UK's first crocodile zoo.
Wow.
I can show you one if you want.
Yeah, brilliant. Can I touch it? Will it work?
Yeah, yeah. You feel how soft they are?
Yeah.
If you just stroke under her belly... Oh, she's having a wee on me now.
Shaun makes it home just in time. After 84 days of incubation, some of his hatchlings are calling from inside the eggs. A sure sign they're ready to hatch.
They're so cute. So this one, look, you can see he's broken the outer shell, the hard outer shell, and also broken now the inner membrane, which if I peel a little bit of it back, you should be able to see him. And there's his nose. What actually happens is they develop an egg tooth, which is right on the very tip of their nose, and it's like an extra little tooth on their nose, and that sort of helps them to sort of break the hard outer shell.
4 hours later, the first baby croc appears.
We got one out. There you go. It's our first little baby. Look at that, they're so cute, aren't they? Look.
The second one needs some help.
John, mate, you're being left behind. How cool is that? There we go. Second one out.
Now he'll wait until the others call.
Only one more's hatched overnight, so I think it's time to intervene a little bit and try and assist them out, I think.
Even at this age, these crocs are worth $800 each, and Shaun's not going to lose any.
This is just exactly what the mother would do, take him in her mouth and start to rotate. And you can see now, look, immediately, his nose has appeared from nowhere and he'll shift out. Yeah, I'm being their mum for the day.
Over the next 3 hours, 13 eggs hatch.
This is another good part to keeping crocodiles.
Together with the 24 in his sheds, he ends the day with a total of 37 crocodiles. If he doesn't get the zoo, he'll definitely be selling more than the hatchlings. Two months later, the day Shaun's been waiting for. Today, he'll hear if the planners have said yes, and he can begin his dream.
I'm actually quite nervous about today. My stomach's been doing somersaults all day so far. I just want to get on and get there, read my statement and find out what the result is. It's been a long few months, this, waiting for this day.
He's been advised that if the council do give permission, it will be for school groups and clubs initially, to see how it goes.
This is it.
But he'll be more than happy with that.
Really, really nervous. Deep breath and let's go. My name is Shaun Foggett. For more than 14 years I've been keeping, caring for and breeding reptiles. I've trained in crocodile biology and the captive management of crocodilians at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm in Florida and Crocodile Zoo in Denmark. My collection is currently housed in purpose-built enclosures at my home in Whitney. And the proposed move to Unit 31 would allow the natural expansion of my collection. Thank you for your time. Got it. Told you. Been all right, wouldn't it? That's it. Let's go and get the keys. Yeah.
All right, that's all the keys to the units.
Daddy!
You all right?
Well,
got it?
well done.
Thank you. Mwah. We got it! Well, this is the entrance, Lise.
Yeah, gift shop.
Gift shop. Then this is be for like the baby crocodiles.
When we're gonna build the zoo, the crocodiles are gonna go in here.
Ready, boys?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give Daddy a kiss and say congratulations.
Mwah.
Mwah.
There's not enough people that follow their dreams, and it definitely, you know, it's going to show people that if you really want something, really, really want something, and there's passionate, and you've got a true passion for something, you know, you just keep going. If you really, really want something, you'll achieve it, no question. And I definitely have. I feel relieved, I tell you. I love it.